Well, there he is, RKK's
Yep.
BFF.
Dreams and nightmares.
The new spokesperson for Lamar Jackson, Meek Mill.
I love that.
And Shime, difficult to find a minute that you could play on this radio program due to the FCC rules and regulations?
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult, but we made it work. We made it.
Right.
Meek Mill is my king right now, so,
Yes, he is. Yes,
he is the man.
He is your king.
Yeah.
He is your king.
Who would have ever thought a Philly guy?
He's speaking for Lamar Jackson.
I'll
at
take
least
it.
when it comes to conversations with Robert Kraft.
Well, at least he has the air of Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
That's the most important
The middleman.
thing.
That's what you need. That's all we needed for this was a middleman that talks to both Lamar and both Kraft.
And basically getting Kraft to say, hey, listen, I'm down. I'll
Yep.
do it. Get Bill on board.
Yep.
Greg, I got to tell you, I am getting infuriated by the Twitch chat today.
Why?
All these people want us to stop talking about Lamar Jackson.
Oh, people say that's like it's like a Tom Brady thing.
But
It's
they
like
do realize that the owner of the Patriots is telling you he's okay with it, and Lamar Jackson himself wants to come here.
Yeah,
like, of
I mean,
all teams, he wants to come to the New England Patriots. Why
think-
wouldn't we talk about that?
I think I think it, well, you know how the Twitch chat is, Shine. They
I
have
know,
a lively
God.
back and forth on everything that goes on this program, and I like it. But I mean, I don't know. It's certainly a story. Robert Kraft made it a story yesterday, but I don't. I mean, he signs the checks,
Right?
so he's deflecting his attempt to deflect it on Bill Belichick. I think is going to deflect back on him if there's not a deal done. Because, am I right about that?
You're 100% right. And the other thing is, if he's saying this, we all believe Meek Mill is plugged in, right? The bigger thing is that Lamar wants to come to New England, right? So that's the other fact. That's the other piece here that I think is the most important piece. The guy in question, that the quarterback, Lamar Jackson, we're all like, well, can you get free agents to come here? Boston's this, Boston's that. No one's going to want to come here. He probably, Lamar is basically telling you, I want to play in New England.
I'm being somewhat facetious, but is it almost tampering-like?
No, I mean, it's the
no.
same. It was the same when players wanted to just play with Tom Brady. Now, he clearly just wants to play for the Patriots because maybe he likes New England, or maybe he just likes the fact that the owner is friends with Meek Mill. Like, it could be that simple. And
he's a free agent, so there's no tampering involved. He's coming out and saying, listen, it's not like he's in the Aaron Rodgers situation where he's on the contract. He's basically saying, I'm a free agent, and we see guys do it all the time. Here are the list of teams that I want to play for. And he's basically saying, through Meek Mill, I want to play for New England.
But he still wants to come here knowing full well that the city of New York does more work by 8 a.m. than we do in an entire day. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
He doesn't care about that.
That means less work for him.
Okay.
Or maybe he
that's-
likes to sleep in.
Not a benefit for us. You guys are the jackass getting on everything. Don't you realize you have 24 hours in a day? You got to do it before 8 a.m.? That's your fault, not us. You're going to die an early death on that one.
Yeah. So Robert Kraft, two reporters, somewhat apparently off the cuff, suggested yesterday that he had spoken with, or he had been texting with Meek Mill, the rapper, and that Meek had suggested that Lamar Jackson wanted to come here. And then Robert went on to say that it's really up to Bill Belichick. So
that's all true.
What's all true?
If Robert's saying this, right, Meek's telling him because Meek has to be hearing this from Lamar. Why would Meek just throw this out in the atmosphere and then Robert say it without really knowing like this is true? You know what I mean? He's not just,
I don't think it accidentally slipped out when it came to Robert Kraft. I mean,
And he clearly timed it where he said it when there weren't cameras and microphones in his face. Like, he specifically said it to a small group of Patriots reporters because he wanted to put it out there, and he's pressuring Belichick. He is putting the onus here on Bill Belichick to make a decision and make a move.
This is Joy in the Jeep. Hello, Joy.
Hi, good morning.
What's up?
I met a bunch of, just want to talk about Lamar.
Yeah.
Wiggy, you might remember me. I met you at the bowling alley at the event, and we were talking about Lamar.
Okay,
2 months
yep.
ago.
Yep.
So one of the things I think people need to consider, and I kind of have a plan figured out. So if anyone, at Patriots is listening, here's the plan. The contract you need to offer him is obviously something that the Ravens don't turn around and match. So since we didn't make the playoffs last year, if you put in like a huge bonus for making the playoffs, you don't have to worry about cap space, but the Ravens do.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't.
So that could be a way to kind of
I
get
don't.
the money situation for this year.
Lamar Jackson he's now demanding a trade.
Yeah, so I
So
don't.
you're in a different area. If that now the Ravens don't have to acquiesce, and they could just do without his services next season.
Yes.
But
they
that
could.
also holds them in kind of cap purgatory because
Right.
they've currently set aside enough money for the Lamar offer sheet, so they can't use that money on other players. But if Lamar's gone, then that money is now just wasted.
Bowling event, was she talking about the Ty Law event?
Yes,
Yes.
she's talking
Okay.
about the Ty Law event.
Quick note. I am hosting a fireside chat
All right.
with the great Ty Law
Okay.
Sunday at the New England Food Show in the Seaport.
Yum.
So I would love to see you there. And I would love for you to listen to and participate in our fireside chat with the great Ty Law.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Okay.
Courtney, did you do a fireside chat with Ty before?
Yeah, I have. Ty's great on a fireside chat.
So heads up on that. See you there Sunday. It's at the convention center in the Seaport. This is Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hello, good morning.
What's up, Joe?
I was always anti-Belichick, but now, Kraft is kind of irritating me. If I was the owner of a business, let's just say, and I thought that something was going to, help my business and income and just, all the way around, you go ahead and do it. I'm not going to go ask my mother, my brother, my sister. I'm the one that writes the check.
Yeah.
I'm the one. So, Mr. Bob Kraft, stop being a weasel. Maybe it's time to take the GM title away from Bill Belichick, Kraft, and get somebody, a different general manager. That way, I think it'd be easy because I don't think now Bob Kraft doesn't want to, step on Bill Belichick with the Supreme toe. So, Kraft, go get Lamar Jackson. What's the matter with you? Let's go. Let's do this.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying is I think Robert Kraft briefly is putting this on Bill Belichick, but in the end,
It's going to come back to him.
it's going to come back on him.
Well, the reason why it's going to come back to
the
him.
buck stops here.
Right. You said he signs the checks, but also we know from hearing Bill talk about Lamar, he said, Lamar is worth whatever money he's asking for. He also talked about how difficult it was to defend a player like Lamar Jackson. So just in the football sense of it, Bill Belichick would never not sign Lamar Jackson if he had the opportunity and he had backing from his owner.
Yeah.
That's why something ain't adding up here, because Bill's too smart of a coach to say, wait a second, I know what this guy has done to me several times. I've talked about how good he is. I know what he can bring to the table. Why wouldn't I sign a guy knowing that my owner's like, hey, if you want him, you can have him?